welcome anyway. And so what we're doing is it's a race to 4.3 billion, and it's a pretty slow race, more of a marathon than a sprint for sure. But what we're after is to collect 4.3 billion units by July 24th, also known as the Day of Reckoning, the next update for No Man's Sky on PlayStation 4, and the complete launch of No Man's Sky on the Xbox. And and so it's going to be a race. I'm currently sitting at about 3.1 billion, so I've got a long ways to go. I'm told that the cap is 4.3 billion. And ooh, look at an A-class fighter right here. That's kind of a nice looking ship. That's one of the many awesome things about this planet, and also the system that it's in. How we're getting to 4.3 billion is we are creating fusion igniters. In a nutshell, I have a circuit board farm that I'm leaving up because I'm hoping that people will come by and visit. But I've converted some of the domes into um, production for the production of acid in the fusion igniters that I need to make the freighter fuel with. There are so many components to making the tier 2 stuff. Um, the fusion igniters and the stasis devices just require so many other components and a lot of crafting going on. But it's fun. I mean, they've done a great job of making it interesting and enjoyable. I don't mind farming in this game too much. It's not too much of a grind, and you don't spend all your days doing it, or all day long, your whole play session just farming. Once you get to tier 2, you can do a couple of hours a week even, and you're still going to make way more money than you're ever going to spend. At least until they produce some more stuff to spend these units on, because at this point, I've got my freighter, which I'm about to call in, and I've got 6 ships. I've got everything you can buy, all the upgrades. I mean, I'm not bragging. I've been playing since launch, so it's taken me a long time to get all this stuff, compared to a good player. But there it is. I mean, I've got pretty much everything I want, other than maxed out units. I've got um, maxed out pretty much everything else. And at this point, we're just trying to prepare for the next update. I imagine it will bring a lot of new things to buy, and I don't know why I collected more what I call space pickles, cactus flesh. I'm going to destroy them because they're just taking up room now. I forgot that I'd already harvested. Um, so let's just get rid of these. Just don't need it. Well, tell you what I'll do. I hate to destroy things. I will simply convert this into unstable gel. And that is another component. I have a whole bunch already, but I don't know. They're all going to get used. If I'm going to make it to 4.3 billion, I'm going to need a whole bunch more of these too. So we'll craft them. We'll throw them up in the freighter, where I'm actually using a hauler as sort of my fusion igniter factory. And here are some nitrogen harvesters that should be full. And indeed they are. And the nitrogen is all 3 of the main gases are major components, the reagents to make the components that the fusion igniters and the stasis devices require. So since I can only get one type of gas, I've got it right here on my base, and so I've always got a nice supply of nitrogen here. But I also need sulfurine and radon as the other 2 gases. So what I've done is planted atmosphere harvesters all surrounding my my main system here in the Nickel cluster. which is located in Epic Space, which is my civilization, Epic, the empire of pirates and independent cartels. Um, and that's what we're trying to grow, this great civilization we've got going. Me and Into the Door. He is awesome. He's my partner and a very trusted, close ally in this game. Um, but I digress. Let's get back onto fusion igniters. And so there's a space station. What I've done is on several of the systems I have marked beacons, green beacons specifically, that mark the atmosphere harvesters on each planet. And then I think I've got around 6 or 7 different systems with atmosphere harvesters planted all over them. And we're still working on that. That's why I've kept back some of the acid that I was going to use for the fusion igniters. And I'm going to actually use those for a couple more atmosphere harvesters. But what I've just noticed is that while I have heat capacitors, I do not have the other yellow things. Can't recall the name of at the moment. Voltaic cells, yes, thank you. So we're going to head back down. Back to the base. I almost tried to go to the portal there for a minute. Don't need the portal yet. We'll head back to the base and grab some more of those voltaic cells that I'm going to need for the... Now here's a good view of the skull base. I don't know if you can see it or not, but it's sort of shaped like a skull. Such as it is. As creative as I ever get, so. And let's just park right here, grab some voltaic cells. And anyone watching this stream, I hope you don't take this as some sort of a tutorial. It's not. This is not the most efficient way to craft fusion igniters by any means. This is just the way I do it. And I'm sure there are lots of more ergonomic and time-saving ways to create these better and faster, etc., etc. But this is a really comfortable way that I've come up with. And it seems to be working as of to 3.1 billion units so far. But I'm not here to harvest selenium, so I'm going to go back out of there. You have to forgive me, it's difficult to walk and chew bubblegum for me at the same time. I got to be focused on one thing at a time, so streaming doesn't come naturally or well to me, but I'm doing the best I can with it. And it is fun, that's why I'm doing it. And this is another reason why I've chosen this planet for my home system. I just love this view. Just love it. Beautiful skylight, nice and turns blue at night. Mostly reds and pinks during the day. It's just gorgeous. Love this planet. Oh yeah, and there's Diplos, big ones. So they're cool. I could use a light right there. I need voltaic cells. All right. Let's see. That means I need marrow bulb. I'm afraid I am a pretty short supply at the moment, but let's see. I know I don't have enough for 6. It looks like I've got enough for 2, but I'm going to need more than that. But alright, that's all I'm getting out of that. Let's go on a little marrow bulb hunting expedition because I can't. I've got enough for 6 of everything else, and the OCD in me tells me that I'm not leaving here without enough voltaic cells for 6 more harvesters. I know just down over this cliff here there's a nice little spot for collecting marrow bulb. So here we are, collecting marrow bulb to make fusion igniters and become space. Thank you. I know I have a beautiful singing voice. Well, mom says I'm good at other things, so I'm gonna have to clear out this iron to get to this marl bulb. It's a good time of the day to be doing this because they're much easier to spot because they glow. So when it's darker out, it's a nice time to go bulb hunting. They're already difficult to get to many times, just by virtue of their always seem to be behind it or growing inside a clump of iron. Or detritum, and in this case, it doesn't look like I'm going to get to this one. I can see it's there because it's glowing, but I'm not going to be able to get. This is exciting stuff. Well, this is just the legwork you got to put into if you're going to do tier 2 stuff. You know, you got to grind sometime. A lot of it's cut down as once you've already got a substantial amount of units built up. You know, a lot of the stuff you can buy, but you know, certain things you can't. This is one of those things. It's just a grindy part of the game, and I don't mind doing a little bit of grinding. If that's the sum total of the game experience, I'm out. But a little bit of a grind to enjoy the rest of the game. I think there needs to be a little bit of work so you can appreciate the reward. Nice. See me just clip that marrow bulb. And got it. Yeah, so, well, I mean, we'll deal with it. We'll deal with a little bit of a grind to enjoy the rest of the reward. Yeah, get a little aluminum out of it. Or aluminium, as the Brits are fond of saying. And probably growing inside that chunk of iron again. It's a very hardy species of marl bulb. Grows in iron deposits. Alright, well, let's see how many we've got. We should be close. Nope. Just need a couple more. What I need is a good little cave. And I keep thinking that I'm seeing caves, but I don't. Really. In this case in point right here, looked like a cave from a distance until I come over here and oh, that actually is a cave. More just like a tunnel with no marrow bulb in it. Oh, wow, that's lame. So here's what we'll do. Since I can't see a thing, we're going to turn on the old floodlights. We're going to settle for just 4 voltaic cells because I haven't got the patience to do any more bulb hunting and or looking for my ship. Try this again. Sword, brother, what's up, man? Just saw that. How you doing, man? You should jump in chat if you got a minute. I don't have my current stream up on my laptop, so I can't really tell what anybody's seeing, or even if it's broadcasting. I know I just got an error a moment ago saying that my internet wasn't really up to snuff. Um, so I don't know if it's blue screened out or anything. Let me go have a look real quick.
Reset, and everybody seemed just so set on that. And I'm like, maybe you know more than I do. You know, maybe that's exactly what's going to happen.
They haven't said that there's been no kind of.
All right.
I mean,
Swordman. leaving his trademark. Gotta love it. Yeah, we're just doing the fusion igniter grind, man, and I found that I didn't have enough gases, even though I've got them up all over the place. So what I'm doing is I'm gonna go ahead and oh, cool. Thanks for saying so. What the hell was I saying? Oh yeah, I gotta look for. Oh, apparently I'm still in orbit. Here. All right, let's break loose. All right. Yeah, so I'm just bustling around. I don't do it the sword way. I do it the stupid, crazy Slade Braddock way with 3 old school harvesters on each planet. And so what we're looking at here is I've got some various system. This is my newest one, Toxic Waltz, and I named it that because it's got all kinds of poisonous systems in it. But it just happens to be very good for farming gases too. So I'm going to pop over there, add some more harvesters, collect some more gases, and then we're going to head up to my freighter, and we're going to sell some, or I mean, make some fusion igniters. You showed everyone the glitch on the harvesters. Matador told me about. Is that where you reload them? Or reload? You just use the 3 and then you reload. And then you can essentially, or you just walk like a certain distance away and then they refill or something like that. I heard something about that. I have never actually tried it. I probably won't need to put down 50 harvesters if I manage it. But whoa, we're upside down. And there is some cool ships in this system too. I located the exotic and the other 20 ships. The exotic's pretty cool if it's the one I'm thinking of. Sulphurine City. So weird sometimes, I swear. I don't understand it. Picked up 7,500 last night in an hour. Oh shit! Right, yeah, that's the method. Yeah, I think I mentioned that. I Into the Door told me about it, and I was gonna try it out, and I didn't. I still didn't. I'm still just doing it the old-fashioned run back and forth and get different ones. But I've already got these damn harvesters set, you know, so I might as well just go collect them. So I got them all over the place now, so. See, that's a badass trick though. 7,500 in an hour. That's fucking stupid. I mean, it's not as good as your glitch that you were doing, but I think it's safer doing that one to do radon, because almost all the systems here are sulfurine ones with this super duper cool system that has 5. Check this out. 5 cold planets. I'm sorry. No. There's 5 planets. 3 of them are cold planets, but they're not just cold planets. They're cold planets with oceans. All 3 of them. They're all oceanic cold planets, and I just thought, wow. And I named it Winter Ocean Triad, and for obvious reasons, so I could remember it basically. And so cold planets you get radon, So I decided that's going to be my new gas farm system. So I've got a lot of sulfurine in this system. I've got a lot of radon in the other one. And then I've got so much nitrogen because that's my home planet system. And so I've got 3 harvesters there, and I'm always collecting out of those just as when I'm walking by or warping back, so I don't have to plant, I don't have to harvest nitrogen anywhere else other than my own base. So then I really just need to find radon and sulfurine for our purposes here. And in here I've managed to get 2 of these harvesters down, but the third one I hadn't done yet. Now I have the materials, and voila, there we go. There's our 3rd harvester on this planet. Oops. Okay, that was brilliant. We just harvested 0 radon. Alright, we're up and running. Better do a quick save just in case. Yes. Alright. Maybe I'll collect, I don't know, I think I may have one more planet with a harvester on it. Okay, that was the first one I went to. I'm at the second one. This is the 3rd. Let's see if we've got any sulfurine over there. Go ahead, pirates, attack me. I'd love you to. I need more practice for PvP in the first place. In the second place, I really love those drops. It saves me a lot of time not having to craft them. I have the recipes, but man, what a pain in the ass in materials it is. So if I can get lemium and Herox, I've already got basically 2/3 of the reagents I need for the geodesite component. Uh-oh. Oh crap! I pulled out of hyperdrive just long enough to run into a giant iron meteorite or asteroid. Of course. Uh-oh, I'm offline. Looks like my internet finally borked it. Borked my stream. Yep, we're just gonna play through it, I guess. Oh, Daniel Hipley subscribed. Hey man, thank you, brother. Is that Darkwolf, I believe? No? Is that... Not sure. I've met a lot of people, so forgive me if I don't remember everybody's name, but I'm doing my best. Yep, some more sulfurine here. And again, this is not a tutorial. It's just simply a stream, you know, sharing. If you could pick something up that you didn't know, that's fantastic. You know, I'm hoping that's the case. But it's definitely not optimized for efficiency or anything like that. All the things that I'm doing is just the sort of the adoptive way that I've learned to do things based on, you know, what I've picked up. I think I'm efficient at some things and not very efficient on others. But you know, the important thing is I'm having fun. So, in that regard, I'm doing all right. Let's see here. How much sulfurine have we collected here? I think we've got... Let's see. So 750 there. We've got 1,500 units of sulfurine. Not too bad. I'm going to transfer all the gases up to the freighter though. And then we're going to go collect a bunch of radon, because that's the one that we're seriously deficient in. So we're just collecting gases. One of the main components in the Tier 2 production of fusion igniters, which is my personal favorite, due to the fact that I get 2 of the components so much more easily from dogfighting, and I don't have to craft them. So it's a no-brainer for me to go with fusion igniters instead of stasis devices, because I like to fight and collect those drops, and it just makes it that one step closer to the fusion igniters. And I get to fight. It's a no-brainer. It's a win-win. Whoops. All right, let's go back to the galaxy map. We're going to head to Winter Ocean Triad, which is a system down, down, down below. Oh, I haven't marked it yet. It's down here somewhere, if I'm not mistaken. Make a liar out of me. There it is. Okay, Winter Ocean Triad. Getting pretty good at this site map thing. Well, I really wish the YouTube would come back up online here for me. Let's try, refresh it, see if that worked. No, we're still offline. Well, I'm still gonna... Daniel Hipley, you're the man. You're the man. Thanks for subbing. Try and give you some good content. I'm not a good streamer, but I am working on it. Trying to hone some skills. I think you know, if I oops, put the brakes on here. I don't think I've got any harvesters up on that planet yet, so I might have one or two down here. Let's make sure this one is fully stocked before moving on to the next one. Yeah, but I'm not, you know, like I was saying, I'm not a good streamer. I'm hoping to get better at it because I enjoy doing it. It's a great form of communication. Let's just drop anchor right here. And I started to say this is a I'm not going to fall through the ground, am I? Oh, oh, but it is going to be a hard fall. Took some damage there. Still taking damage for some reason, damn it. Alright. Alright, I do have all three harvesters up on this planet. Sweet. And that whip plant did not get me. And I'm still going to punish it for being there. Wrong place, wrong time there, Mr. Whip Plant. Good day to you. Alright, radon. And this, I was really suffering for a lack of coal, you know, I had harvesters on all kinds of different planets. What I noticed is all I was just getting was mostly nitrogen and sulfurine, so I had to go to school, find out what planets produce the radon, and then found out it was coal planets. Well, I've got a system that has 3 coal planets right in a row, and they're all ocean planets. Really, really cool system. One of my favorites. It's called Winter Ocean Triad, and like I said, they're all cold. They all have oceans, and now they all have harvesters on them that will all produce radon for me, so I can not be so lopsided in my gas production. And so we've got most of the gases we need. I'm just trying to get a bit more radon collected. And I feel like I'm going to get attacked any minute. Where is my ship? Where have I placed my ship? Down over this hill here. I lost the icon for it? Where the hell is my ship? Alright, I must be parked in a cave. Because every time I get close to it, it disappears. Well, being a fucking dumbass about it, pardon my French, but... let's just call the ship up. Hey, YouTube is back online, sweet. Good news. Yo, I gotta get a better internet. Alright, let's get out of atmosphere. So yeah, we've got still an atmosphere. Unbelievable. Right. So Death Valley, that's the dead planet. We just left. We just left Chill Ocean. Ooh. Let's just see that it is in fact a glacial planet. And we're going to head to what I think is, oh, it's Nordhaven. Sub-Zero planet, frost crystal, and it produces radon. Fantastic, because that's going to be right up our alley for the production of fusion igniters, which I'm going to continue to reiterate. On our quest to 4.3 billion units by July 24th, the next update, we've decided to go with fusion igniter production at 18 billion galactic average. We lost our feed again to YouTube. Oh well. We're just going to soldier on here. We've chosen fusion igniters at 18 million galactic trade terminal average. It adds up pretty quick. We're sitting at 3.1 billion. We reached 3.1 billion yesterday, and today, I'm not sure where we're going to end up. And we may not even sell any of them. We may not even manufacture all of them, but we're going to make money. We're going to earn the units by doing the legwork. And it might be next stream that we get to actually showing how they're produced, because it seems like this stream's taking up most of our time in just hunting down the gases and collecting the necessary reagents to make the components. So, okay, what looks like what we're at here is, I wasn't sure, but I've got the beacon down where I want to put the harvesters, but I hadn't actually created them yet. But I can create one now. And I want to find a place where I'm going to be able to fit 3 side by side. Let's go up here a bit. All right. Nope, not there. Looks like a good spot here, so let's go here. That's all we're going to get, because now we're out of materials, but we'll charge her up. And I did it again. Tried to harvest 0 radon. Alright, we're cooking with gas. Away we go. Here's hoping that YouTube feed comes back up again, because no one wants to watch a stream that isn't actually streaming. If it doesn't come back up and stay up in the next few minutes, I'll just cut it out and try again another day. But, so we went to Chill Ocean. We went to Nordhaven, which is where we've just left atmosphere. And we haven't yet been to Winter Seas. It has a really neat little... Yeah, it's going to tell me it's undiscovered, because when I was discovering that last night, wow, this time it's an abandoned moon. When we were offline, it was actually a gamma weed planet. And I discovered it and named it and everything, and now it's undiscovered. It's a different planet, and that's what I get for playing offline. Oh well. We've learned to deal with glitches playing No Man's Sky, because the rest of the game is so amazing that I would put up with much, much more. Don't tell anyone I said that. Don't let that be an encouragement to make it even glitchier. Hopefully it'll be less glitchy after the update and not more glitchy. But no, I'm willing to put up with a lot, because what this game does provide is just amazing. And I think they're going to get it polished up. I think they're going to get it dialed in and running right. And this is going to be a game to remember. A game to play for ages. You know, this is a long haul between planets here. We've well over a minute, and now we're down to about 50 seconds. But yeah, we're on the march. We are on the march, and we're going to get to 4.3 billion by July 24th. Or my name is Slade Braddock, space galactic tramp extraordinaire. Um, yeah, there's another goal that we have, and that is the goal to discover a squid ship in epic space. My civilization, the Empire of Pirates and Independent Cartels, also known as Epic, has not yet discovered a squid ship. And I've got hours and hours, and it's not like I'm not looking. I've uncovered, I don't know, 15 or 16 exotics on the various planets in my region. Some really nice exotics. Not a single squid. Not a one. So we're after it. We are going after the squid. Specifically the one I'd like to find is the tiger, the tiger striped squid with the blue tiger, I call it. And I have seen it in other systems. I've seen pictures of it from people posting, look what I found it here, come over here and get it. And I'm like, no, I will find that in my very own backyard, and I will, mark my words, and it'll be a glorious day when it happens. Alright, so this planet actually had all 3 harvesters up and running, so I have got a nice little stash of radon built up. Oh, man, what am I getting? 1 launch per launch thruster now? Oh my gosh. It's unbelievable. That's another thing I'd like to see them fix, is the launch thruster. I'd like to get at least, 5 launches out of my launch thrusters before it needs to be refilled again. Crying out loud. Come on, hello games, pick up the pace here. All right. There we are. We've got plenty of gases. Not enough. We're going to need lots more if we're going to get to 4.3 billion, but we've got enough for the moment, and we're going to head back home. Let's back out a little bit. I'll show everyone. This is the space, the regional space of the Empire of Pirates and Independent Cartels, and you can see all my ley lines just going back and forth for quite a while. It took me a long time to find this place and settle like for good in a region and develop a real civilization. But I'm finally here, and I'm loving it. I'm loving it. I'm ready to expand into this region here. I've gone a little too far. The Slaven Mass, and it's a nice big cluster of systems located right next to the Nightcal Cloud. It runs right into the Nightcal cluster, which is Epic Space's official launch point. And what we've done, we've started locating a bunch of systems up here into the Slave. We've invaded the Slaven Mass, and we're taking it over. You could call it whatever you want. It's a hostile takeover. But there's my home base, Aurora Paradiso. And we're going to head back there. Going to see if my harvesters have... I'm sorry, my domes have produced a few more mushrooms for me that I can make some more acid with, because I'm kind of stuck because I need freighter fuel, and acid, it's the fungal mold, just takes forever, and every time I warp it back into my home system, my freighter pops up, and it's not mine, it's a freighter battle. And let's get your attention there, Bob. Shot across the bow. Don't forget, I see so many people streaming, fighting these fights, and about half the time they don't collect. What happens? You blow them up, but they have drops. See those little barrels floating around? Go collect those. Okay, you get trophium, you get lemium, you get herox, you get your shields maxed out. A lot of goodies. But if you're going to make tier 2 tech, whether it's stasis devices or fusion igniters, if you choose to go with fusion igniters, you get a main component is lemium, and two of the main components is lemium and herox that you would have to manufacture if you don't pick them up off these ships. But I love to fight. So what I do is I make fusion igniters, and then I can capitalize on it. Now, of course, now that I say this, I'm not getting a single lemium or herox yet. But yeah, you don't get them every time, but you get them often enough to make it really worthwhile. You can also get the lemium and herox also from doing faction missions from the space station mission provider. And so between doing missions, oh, did you see that guy's got some good shields? But not good enough. Ooh, he's tough. So yeah, these barrels right here. Don't forget to pick these up. Full of goodies. See, I just maxed out my shield. I don't have to use iron now. Come to Papa. Don't want to hit the sentinels. Just be careful. Come on, give me some lemium or a herox. Or herox, I don't know how you all pronounce it. A lot of stuff in this game is largely up to interpretation. Nothing found. Unbelievable. Oh, here I am bragging up being a fusion igniter guy and all the wonderful drops you get. And all I got was this crummy t-shirt. Alright. Well, he's beckoning me aboard. I don't know. I've already got an S-Class, but I guess we can go see what the layout is on this. Nah, I'm just not interested. Alrighty. That's my base. Big black hexagon. It's a converted circuit board factory. I can still make circuit boards, but now I've got some of the domes are converted into fungal mold. Due to the fact that I need to craft freighter fuel. Whoa. See, my base is shaped like a skull and crossbones a little bit. Kind of zoomed in too fast, you can't really see it, but it's really not that interesting. It looks like our YouTube feed is back up. Yay. We're pretty happy about that, even though no one's watching except me. I don't mind. I'll have a quick look at my so in my high capacity suit slots, I always keep that raw materials in there, and I keep plenty. It seems to work out. I keep these two bottom ones are usually, or the three bottom ones are usually all red, carbon, plutonium, and thamium-9, and then the top two are usually, or 2.5. I balance them out differently. Zinc, titanium, and iron, and I keep all that stuff on me all the time. I keep everything else in my front pouches, which we're gonna... Actually, I don't need to transfer that because I'm taking it with me. Don't need any of this to go on board freighter with me. When I switch ships, I'll be having all my materials um, for my fusion igniters in one of my haulers, and that's where I do all my manufacturing of them. And I'll show you my freighter and all my ships in just a moment. But first, I'm going to collect all the fungal mold that I can to convert to acid, which I will then convert to freighter fuel along with unstable gel, which is the other reagent that you need for the freighter fuel. Or I'm sorry, liquid explosives. I was incorrect. It's acid and liquid explosives. Something like that. I can't even remember. I know I'm getting it wrong somehow. But you get the idea. You need all those things. And the good thing about fungal clusters, the fungal mold, is that it does only take 15 minutes to get a crop, so I don't have to plant 42 domes of it, although if the base complexity would allow it, I would definitely have a lot more. Me and everyone else. Alright. And I'm gonna head back to the terminal real quick and load up on more raw mats, because I hate running out. And there's really no reason to run out. So when I'm buying, I always go to the sell menu first. I don't know if you know about this glitch or exploit or whatever you call it. It's pretty minor. But if you go to the sell menu first, instead of just going directly to the buy, even if you're not selling anything, go to that menu first and then click the triangle button to go to the buy menu. And what you'll find is that a lot of the materials are already filled up. You don't have to click the up and down arrows to fill them up. As you can see, it's already filled, which makes it much faster and easier. And I didn't need zinc, but it makes it much faster and easier to buy these materials with them already all maxed out. But we will pick up all the carbon, all the Tham-9, and all the plutonium that they're generous to provide, and of course the iron. Alright. Now that I'm done glutting myself on raw resources, make my way to my ship, and from thence to my freighter. I love saying freighter with a Scottish brogue, or as close as I can get to it, laddie. The freighter is always waiting. Dinna doubt it. Okay, misplaced me freighter. Where have I put me freighter? Well, we're just gonna have to call it up, I guess, in some weird, wonky fashion. Not gonna do it here though, so it won't let me. Let's get away from gravity a piece. Oh, come on now. Well, this is redunculous. Let's really get out of the way then. How about now? Thank you. Let's try this again. Alright, here we go now. So welcome to my freighter. It's an S-class, I don't know, people call them Sentinel models or whatever, or something like that. I don't know what to call it, other than a freighter. It's a capital freighter. There's lots of slots and stuff, so that's good. Yeah, so here are my ships. This is the flying dumpster. This is just, I'll just go in, I guess, real quick and show you what I got. So some nanites, some rare materials. I keep that stuff in here, along with the heart of the sun. So, yep, all that, marine calcium, radnox, and all that stuff. That's That's storage for that. Over here in the Warbird, and a very, very cool hauler. I dig this hauler a lot. In here I'll keep, well, some more nanites and all of the green stuff, all of the Gra Gra and the Gek Charm and the Korvax casings and all the little faction upgrading type things that you need from time to time in No Man's Sky. And that's what the Warbird hauler is for. Keep all that stuff there. The next ship we'll see is my exotic. And this will be changed. I do like this exotic. It's not bad. It's not my favorite, but it's my token exotic that I have on board my freighter. I very rarely fly it, but I have named it Rocinante. Some of you will recognize that name. Some of you won't. Most of you won't. It's okay. This is the safety deposit box, and that's the last one we'll visit, because the next one we're going to visit is the first nanite bank of Epic, and this is where we keep all of our stashed, well, not all of our stashed nanites, but this many at least. Not sure what I'm going to need all these nanites for, or if I'm going to need them, or even if they'll be a thing with the next update. I don't know. But this is my my big balls hauler right here, and it's not the one I'm going to end up with, because the one I want, Alexichek currently owns, and if I can find a way to steal that from him, I'm going to. I'm going to sneak in stealth style to his base where he's got, and I'm going to sneak on board his freighter, and I'm going to hotwire his freighter. It has the round tanks, but it's the glowing kind that has like the glow underneath it. It's just so cool looking, and I want one just like it, or something close to that. I'd like to find a red one with glowing balls, if possible. But all right. So what we've got, I've got radon here, so there's no need to throw it into my ship. I've got the radon. I'm gonna anyway though, because I'm OCD like that. And now I'm putting it in the freighter. Don't want it in the freighter. I want it in the starship. Let's try this again. The sulfurine to the starship. Needed to do that anyway. I don't need nitrogen at the moment, so I'll leave that right where it is. And okay, so we've got some sulfurine, some radon. Guess I could do that the fast way. Fungal mold. We can create acid now. Let's just do that now. And that's all we're getting out of that. Let's throw that in the starship, because we're going to need that. All right, so what we're looking at here is basically the most of the main components that you need to craft fusion igniters. And so what you have is you have geodesite, you have quantum processors, and you do not have, but we'll soon have, freighter fuel. And those are the three components that you need to manufacture fusion igniters. And you have to craft these from various things too, the quantum processors, and then the geodesite, or geodesite as I pronounce it. Those are crafted from three other things as well. So these are the primary components. Here are some secondary components: the dirty bronze, the circuit boards, the unstable gel, the thermic conductor. There's so many of those. But these are the three main ones: the quantum processors, the geodesites, and the freighter fuel. So what we're looking at right now currently is the production of freighter fuel to craft that third and final thing that we need. And so I'll tell you what we'll do. We'll look into the menu. We will look at the freighter fuel. If I can find it. I've probably passed it up already. Here it is, freighter fuel. And so what you need is fusion accelerant. See, I was wrong. Fusion accelerant and liquid explosives. We have the fusion accelerant. In fact, we have 8 of those. So then we just need the liquid explosives to craft the freighter fuel. So let's find the liquid explosives. And it looks like we have the acid and the unstable gel, but we've only got 2. We're in very limited supply. Nevertheless, we'll soldier on. Now we have the 2 main ingredients that we need to craft the freighter fuel. So let's craft the freighter fuel. And there you have it. So now from the liquid explosives and the fusion accelerant, we have crafted the freighter fuel. And with the freighter fuel, with the quantum processor, and with the geodesite, we shall now be able to craft 2 and only 2 of the fusion igniters. So let's go ahead and do that. And here's my recipe. And as you can see, we have all 3 boxes checked. Craft away. There we go. There's 1. There's 2. Now you might think, wow, all that work for 2 fusion igniters. Yes, but relatively little amount of work for 36 million units. If you think about it. Let's transfer that to our ship. We will transfer nothing to... We've transferred it to our suit. Nothing back to the ship because we need nothing from the ship. And we, in fact, don't even any longer need the ship itself. Let's go ahead and head back to the exotic. No, not the exotic. Boy, I'm just not doing well today at all with my verbiage. We're heading back to the Explorer. It's just a little old C-class Explorer, but I sure do love her. I've had her for a while now. She's got lots of slots. And we've got 1,100 units of fungal mold. We were not able to craft any more than 2 acid, and that can only mean that we ran out of mordite. Which can be remedied real quick. It was just killing some animals. How easy is that and fun? Oh, we've got some... See, one of the things you can do, if you're a ship hunter, one of the things you can do is park your freighter outside of any system when it's full of ships, and these native ships to whatever system you're in will not land there because they're full. What they will do is they'll circle around your freighter, and that helps you to photograph them. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to just freeze frame through photo mode. And just as an example to show you, how easy it is to document these ships and catch them in flight, in space, so that they look much cooler than they do sitting on a landing pad. And then of course you can move the sun around just like you can on planet in photo mode to create some really cool looking shots. But you got to be careful to not misrepresent the color of the ship, and it's very easy to do because everything looks blue. But there you go, you can get a nice little screenshot of this, and if you don't like that, just wait a second, screenshot it again, and some more ships may have come into range of your camera. And I'm not in a very good orbit around it, but I might be able to reach this one here. Let's see which ship this one is. Oh, it's that really cool hauler with the parenthetical wings. I like this one. It's that's the end of my camera range. But yeah, this is a nice looking ship, you know. It's got a nice looking tail, got a good color, got nice exotic wings, exotic looking wings on them. But that is that's what you can do. We've tarried too long. We're going to head back to base. We're going to head back to base. We're going to collect some mordite. And we're going to sell these fusion igniters real quick at my home base terminal. Even though they always pay me less than 18 million. I don't know why. It's a high sell economy. It's one of the highest you can get. It's I think it's 78.9%. Very nice sell rate. But for some reason, I guess due to the type of system it is, the type of economy that it is, even though it's wealthy, it's fusion igniters don't sell well there. I don't get it. But that's okay. You know, I'm not going to quibble over a couple million for the purposes of this video. It's going to realize a profit, even if it's only 36 million, or in this case less, 35.7 million. They always want to rip me off on my fusion igniters. We'll take 35 million. What the heck? That brings us to only need 750,000 to get to 4 billion. So, or I'm sorry, 750 million to get to 4 billion. All right. Not a bad day. It's an hour-long stream. We're getting better at it. We know we suck. When I say we, I mean me. I know I suck. But I'm getting some practice in, so that hopefully I can come up with some better content. I can keep the video moving, the audio moving, the narrative moving, and the chat bar moving, while also being interesting. The last one's particularly difficult for me because I have a pretty dull personality, but again, that's what practice is for. Okay, weirdness. It looks like one of my harvesters has stopped producing, and that can only mean it's run out of fuel. It does do this little weird glitch where sometimes it'll only produce a percentage of what you put in and use up all the fuel, even though it says that it's fully fueled. It doesn't happen often, and it is a relatively minor glitch. But it kind of is annoying, if I'm honest. Well, there you have it, guys. We've put down some harvesters. We've harvested some gas. We've had a laugh. We've made a couple of units, and we've got that much closer to 4.3 billion. Thanks for stopping by. If you weren't able to join the stream and you're catching the video late, I hope it was at least relatively interesting and you got something out of it. And if not, hey, I'll try and do better. Don't give up on us. If you do like what you saw, in spite of the odds and all the strikes again, I'll produce something even better next time. Thanks again. You all have an excellent evening, morning, afternoon, whatever it happens to be in your neck of the woods, and I will try and do the same. So, take care, y'all.